Hey, this is Tsunami. Over here we've got Sandstorm.
Hello.
And a couple of individuals who wanted to help out. Today we're going to be doing a wall run tutorial.
Yep.
So we'll get right on to that.
And reverse vault.
And reverse vault.
As well.
Indeed. So right now, here's the wall run tutorial. Would you like to take over?
Yes, I will. I'm just going to do a quick example and then explain the mechanics behind it. So basically, when you're doing your wall run, it's not really about speed that you're going forward. It's nice to have speed, but you got to focus on where you place your foot. Because if you place your foot too low, it's just going to slide into the wall and you're going to end up like Armin. If you put your foot too high, it's going to push back off the wall. You want to make sure it's just at the right angle so that you're pushing up.
So here, instead of jumping from like right here or way back here, which is almost like 6 feet, jump somewhere in between so that your leg is a little bit lower than your hips when you go up.
Right.
Also, quick note, you want to land on the balls of your feet, right here, this area.
That is not a sexual reference.
No, it's not. You land with the ball of your foot on. You don't want to hit it with your heel or just the tips of your toes or you're going to slip.
The only occasion where you want to put your foot on it sideways is if you're trying to do a horizontal wall run, and that's to get over obstacles that might be next to the wall.
So,
right, I can film that if you want.
Alright.
I don't know.
I'm not sure how well this is going to do because I decided to use that camera.
Right.
Alright.
Alright, and go. Like that. Kind of. Alright. There you go. Okay, so some practice that you can do for wall runs that I used to do was just running up to the wall and just putting one foot on it. Just taking like a nice jog up to the wall, putting your foot on it, and just kind of sliding your foot off. And just build up muscle memory, Desmond called it.
Yeah.
Practicing one move in its basic form so many times that your body gets used to it, to the point where you can do it at ease with no trouble at all. So, like this. And then, when you've done it enough, you can start incorporating more than one step into it, rather than just one. One is enough to maybe get over like a 6-foot wall or something like that, but once you start putting more footsteps into it, you can get higher up the wall and get over more obstacles.
Alright, well, we told these two that they could help up, so let's see, do you want to try a wall run?
We're going to correct its form.
Okay,
right.
So my suggestion for this would be jump when you're a little bit closer to the wall, because otherwise all your momentum
if you're too far
is
back, you're
going into that jump, and that's it.
Right, and that's more of like a cat leap. The other problem he had was he was putting his foot too high, because
yep.
when we run into something, naturally we want to put something out right in front of us to stop us immediately. You need to overcome that sensation, because if you keep doing that, you're never going to master the wall run. You're going to keep putting your foot too high, or you're going to get too courageous and put your foot too low, and end up with a bloody nose, concussion, black eye, whatever.
Or some other form of mental brain trauma.
Yes. Like when Aaron died.
Indeed.
Yeah.
You want to try a wall run, or are you just here to be lazy some more?
I think he's here to be lazy. He's been being lazy all day. Advanced warfare, man.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
as you hit the wall on the way down.
He got pretty far up, and that was pretty good. He placed his foot just a little bit low and jumped a little bit late, but pretty good.
Right.
Right, here. You take over for a minute.
Alright. Assassin's Creed. Okay. Cool story, bro. Tell us again. And he's on the roof. Templars don't stand a chance.
Alright.
All you need is a hood to go with that wall cluster.
Indeed. That was a wall run tutorial. And we will see you next time for our reverse vault tutorial, which should be fun.
Probably be in the same video, so not see you next time, but...
yeah, we might edit it together. You never know. Until then, have fun!
So here we're going to start doing our reverse vault tutorial. The reverse vault is kind of like your normal side vault, but instead of doing a side vault, you're spinning yourself around and landing backwards so that you're facing what you just vaulted over, like so. Like that.
Yep. And normally, you do it to face forwards, but once you get really good at it, you can also start revolving all the way so that you're actually facing away and wind up running away from it here.
Right.
I'll see if I can get an example of that.
That's a little too stylish though, like.
Let's see here.
Fancy red gloves here. Like that.
If you do it,
do really cool spins.
You can leave at a run, which
Right.
is generally preferable.
Right.
So let's go into how you'd want to run up to it. You're not going to try and just speedily run at it. You're going to like hit your knee or something.
Right.
To start out with, you just want a nice kind of gentle speed. Why don't you show them how you'd run up to it? Just this
Right.
good pace,
Kinda
but
weird
not
on
really
this
fast.
side of the bench, though.
You're not trying to be the Flash Gordon here.
No, we're not. Also, when you spin, you want the hand opposite of the direction you're going to be spinning to be upside down. And you're not rotating on this hand, you're rotating on the upside down.
So
hand.
if I was going to roll over my right side, I would place my left hand facing me. Because then, well, sorry, not facing me, facing away from me. Because then once I go over like that, I can just either let go or even push myself off.
Right, giving you a little bit more distance between you and the object.
Yeah.
If it's a longer.
Mm-hmm. Another thing that I've seen people do is you don't just have to do it over a little thin thing like this. You can also, your first hand that you're not going to be jumping over, say if I'm going over right side again, I can place this hand like this towards the beginning to kind of get myself going up and over, and then a split second later, place my other hand like so, facing away from me on this side, and again push off.
So yeah, once you get good enough at it, since you're only rotating on one hand, and you're only using the other to steady yourself, eventually you can start doing it with just one hand.
Which is actually suggested for the thinner objects,
Right.
like that, because otherwise you're going to get a little tangled up, and it's no good. So
yeah.
alright, there's our reverse vault tutorial. Forgot to say this in the last clip, but subscribe to our channel if you want to. Like it if you liked it. Dislike it if you think we were...
Hated it because we're nerds, sweaty nerds.
Shh. We're
We're
not
not that
nerds.
sweaty.
We're intellectual individuals.
Yes, that play video games and parkour.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. You two want to try it before we finish up completely?
Sure.
Alright. These two... We met these two at the park, and they're some fun.
Alright, so you're probably going to want to spin around your right side then. So your left hand you want to be facing that way, right? Left hand.
Right.
There you go.
There's one.
It's actually a pretty easy vault if you're going slow enough. There you go.
Alright, so our tutorial was not a total failure.
No.
Until then?
Once you get used to the spin, it's a lot easier to do. It's one of the easiest vaults in my opinion.
No.
The problem is just getting the spin down right and getting the hands coordinated. So if you're using the wrong hand, you mess up all the time, and you got to make sure that your hand is coordinated with which side you're going to spin on.
Okay.
So otherwise it gets really confusing.
Alright, well, that's the end of our tutorial. Probably should have said that at the end of the tutorial. Like it if you liked it, dislike if you don't like it. Subscribe, lots of fun.
Please subscribe.
Check out my channel.
The sands are running
If
dry.
I could remember what it was, I'll mention that in the next episode and put it in the comments. Comment what kind of tutorials you'd like to see. What moves maybe in particular. Make requests.
Please.
We're nice.
Yes, we don't bite usually.
Or very hard.
No.
Often.
No.
Bye.
Goodbye.
The last that ever she saw him, carried away by a moonlight shadow. He passed unworried and warming, carried away by a moonlight shadow. Lost in a rhythm that Saturday night, far away on the other side. He was caught in the middle of a desperate fight, and she couldn't find how to push through. she couldn't find